this coming weekend, once again, is a steaming weekend at Beamish. I'll be there with Richard with a Sentinel steam wagon. There'll be 4 or 5 engines there. If you want to come down to Beamish, come down. It's always a great family day out. I'll be there. Like I say, if you're there and you see me, come and say hello. It'll be a pleasure to meet you. There's a package arrived at work today. You don't know what's in here because I bought it. But I thought I would open it on camera because this is going to be in a lot of my videos from now on. I'll be working on this in a lot of my videos from now on. Right, there we are. It's a little single cylinder stationary steam engine that I'm going to rebuild and repair. There's 1 or 2 bits missing, like the crankshaft's missing, the cylinder head's missing, but I'm sure I'll be able to make something out of this. It's original, it's old, very old Victorian. Yes, I like it, I like the look of it, I like what I can see already. I don't know where the crankshaft went to. The lad bought the engine without the crank in it. He's had it for quite some time and just not done anything with it. It's nice size, not huge but nice, beautiful castings. What I can see, it's in really good condition. It's interesting to find out what actually happened to the crankshaft. Have a little look inside. I can't see a maker's name anywhere. That's a slide valve that controls the steam, and I've massive steam ports in there. That's cast iron, that. Cast iron valve. There's no wear on it. There's no wear on there. You normally get wear where the valve's been moving up and down. There's no wear at all. I would have said this is hardly run, if run at all. There's no wear at all on the ball. I know I shouldn't be using a spanner. An adjustable spanner anyway. Looking at that, I don't think this has been run. I really don't. To measure that and decide how we're going to make the crankshaft. You normally get wear on the nuts on the gland nuts, but I've been tightening the gland up. Like I say, that slide valve is absolutely unmarked. Very happy. There's just no wear anywhere. Big end's absolutely mint, unmarked. You appear to be roughly 1/10 under inch. If you look closer, you can see the solder on there. What they did, the bearings were soldered together and then machined as a pair. Then they took the solder, softened the solder and took them apart, and that's the way they go. So that measures just under inch. So probably a crankshaft of inch silver steel. I don't know if he put and then polish it to fit. I'm not quite sure. I think we'll have to take the cylinder off and have a measure up between the two ports and see what the length of stroke would have been on it originally. I need to take the piston out so I can measure the height of the cylinder between the ports so I can work out the stroke. I'm just going to put 1 or 2 marks on things just to make sure that it does go back together the same way. I'm going to mark everything to the port face, which is this face here. So in theory now that crosshead should come out, which it has done. There's no packing of any sort in there, which once again tells me that this engine's never been run. Now hopefully I'll be able to push the piston out the top. I'll put a mark on the piston, but that basically I'm pretty sure I can go in anyway. Interesting to see what sort of piston rings is on this. Yeah, me, this is proper stuff. Right, once again a close up with the piston. This is all nice, really nice. No wear at all on there, so it's not been run. It's never had a crankshaft in there, that's why the bearings are 8 to 10 thou undersized, so it can be hand scraped to fit the 1-inch diameter crank. The big end's got marks on it. It's marked there, 1, 1 and 0, 0. Once again, that's never been ran. Unmarked. Just ready to be hand scraped in to fit that 1 inch diameter crank pin. So I think the first thing I need to do, apart from give it all a good clean up, is find a piece of 1 inch diameter silver steel. Because I'm going to fabricate the crankshaft, I'm pretty sure I am. The same as I did for my marine engine. All this will polish up really nicely. It's all nice proportions, nice taper. Proper Whitworth nuts, which they've got a nice shape. They look the part. I need some spare Whitworth or BSF nuts for that. Which you can still buy BSF nuts and bolts. But I have got BSF taps and dies. I can screw cut BSF, so it's not going to be a problem. And I'm sure I'll be able to make a nice engine out of this. I'm going to do a little experiment here. I have a crankshaft to make for the steam engine. I'll show you earlier in the video. I'm going to use inch silver steel for the crankshaft mains and the big end. This is not silver steel, it's decent material. This is an old Kingpin of a Morgan car. Nice and straight, decent material. What I'm going to do is bore and ream a 1 inch hole in there, put that through and weld it in and see what sort of distortion I get, if any. I'm thinking towards fabricating a crank and welding it. Some people fabricate them and use Loctite, glue and pin. The last steam engine I made, I did weld the crank. So I'll set this up in a 4-jaw chuck, drill it and ream it to 1 inch. A good fit for this. Weld it in, do some measuring, see how true it runs. First thing is to get this centre part marked and true. Several ways of doing this, but I do need a clear behind so I can get the big diameter. That's not going to work. That looks better. So basically we need that centre punch mark lining up. Hi Pet. It's going to be close, but I think I'll be able to get it. Yeah. It's got a very light hole on it there. What I do need to do is put some parallels in behind it. The wider than those ones. You can use parallels, or you can use a bearing ring even, just to keep the piece of metal bastard. Come on, play nice for John. Look what you can see there, we've got two parallels that the job is resting against. I've got that pushed in there using that live centre. So basically now if I nip all these up and turn, I run a clock gauge across there just to see how accurate I've actually got it. And you can also put another centre in there, put a clock gauge on there and get that centre point absolutely spot on in the middle. And you'll bring a clock gauge into touch, bring it to 0, and that's within about a thou that way. And it's not so good that way. So that face there wants to go in very slightly. It's getting better. Try to do that with it. That's good, really good. Just nip the chuck up and try it again. Obviously with this, it'll be long out of balance, so I'll have to run the lathe nice and slowly to machine this. That's pretty good. Right. And I could put a cut across there and that would set it running dead true, but for all I want to do is see how much it will pull if anyone I come to weld it. supposed to cut even size chips off both sides. Just drills 30 seconds, which should be big enough to allow the one reamer to pass through. Plenty cutting out on the reamer. Take your time, you can't rush them. You must put a nice finish in there. Right, and that's absolutely no use at all. That's, I won't call it piss wobbly slack fit. I'm sure that was on inch. Right, and that's the reason being it's actually 5 under inch. It's 4 thou under inch, that's why it's wobbling about like that. I'll give it a bit of video in because the setup wasn't too bad. Bang on inch. Once again, it just remains to say thanks very much for watching, thanks for subscribing, and as always a massive thanks for all the well wishes that are coming in towards my wife Deb and my dad's. Thanks very much. Oh, yeah, John. Oh, dear me.